100% of Gaza should be for the Palestinian people, right? That's what we want to see. And we've been calling on Israel to pull back from its occupation, from the so-called yellow line, and that will continue to be our position. Turning to the reports of the drone that hit a residential building in Romania, I can tell you that the Secretary General is alarmed by the reported overnight drone strike involving a residential building in the city of Galati in Romania. This reportedly injured 2 people. Just yesterday in his remarks, as you'll recall, the Secretary General told the Security Council, warned the Security Council about the dangers of further escalation of the war in Ukraine. We strongly condemn any attacks against civilians and civilian infrastructure wherever they occur.
Thank you, Steph. Does the Secretary General have any comment on reports of a possible 60-day extension of the ceasefire in Iran that President Trump is now pondering?
Well, I mean, we've seen a lot of reporting on what may be included. I think we've been in this kind of hovering position before. We very much hope that diplomacy will prevail. We hope to see an end to this conflict, and we want to see a reopening of the Strait of Hormuz to free an unhindered navigation.
Prime Minister of Israel Netanyahu said openly that he's planning to extend his control on Gaza up to 70%. Such a major development which could lead to ethnic cleansing and massacres. So I expected a statement, because this is not something like he's adding another like 20% of what he controls now. What is your reaction, the Secretary General reaction?
100% of Gaza should be for the Palestinian people, right? That's what we want to see. And we've been calling on Israel to pull back from its occupation, from the so-called yellow line, and that will continue to be our position.
Regarding UNIFIL, what does UNIFIL see on its operational and strategic role under the current circumstances in Lebanon, and how critical is the mission's presence to maintaining stability of the country?
Well, UNIFIL reports every day on what it sees, and I report on their behalf to you. I think the continued presence of UNIFIL remains critical in the current circumstances, for monitoring, for the implementation of its mandate, for the efforts to implement Resolution 1701 and their support of the LAF, also the protection of civilians they've been doing, helping civilians in their area of operations.
The order of declaring the south of Lebanon as a zone of war and to tell everyone to leave the area, it's completely unacceptable. It's contrary to the international law. Israel must accept that the other countries has exactly the same right. Same thing in the Middle East, where we are very worried for the news that insist that Israel thinks that war is the only possibility and the only way to relate to the other peoples of the Middle East. The order of declaring the south of Lebanon as a zone of war and to tell everyone to leave the area, it's completely unacceptable. It's contrary to the international law. Israel must accept that the other countries has exactly the same right that Israel has to have their own state and to have a state in peace and security. Israel has a right to have its state peacefully and in security, but the Palestinian people, the Lebanese people, have exactly the same right. And that's why the voice of Europe must go very high, telling Israel that if they want to relate with us normally, they cannot behave like that. Democracies don't violate international law. Things that we are seeing are unbearable. The news we are getting from yesterday saying that Israel insists in the war against a sovereign country that has nothing to do with this situation, and is Lebanon, with a government that is really committed to disarm Hezbollah, that we condemn also very strongly, and that is committed to guarantee stability for the Lebanese people and for everyone in the Middle East. This is completely unacceptable.
Sementara itu, pasukan militer Israel IDF mengklaim telah menemukan terowongan baru milik Hizbullah di Lebanon Selatan. Pasukan militer Israel membagikan video terowongan yang diklaim milik Hizbullah di media sosial. Israel menyebut terowongan ini ditemukan di Gunung Dov, Lebanon Selatan. Terowongan sepanjang 100 meter ini dilengkapi dengan 4 ruang persembunyian. Dalam video yang dibagikan terlihat terowongan berisikan fasilitas dasar seperti rak penyimpanan, pemanas air, dan perlengkapan lainnya. Israel menegaskan akan terus mencari dan menghancurkan infrastruktur militer Hizbullah. Rudal Israel terus menghantam kota Nabatie, Lebanon Selatan. Aksi ini dilakukan di tengah gencatan senjata yang sudah disepakati. Sejumlah wilayah di Nabatie, Lebanon Selatan terus digempur Israel. Sejumlah permukiman porak-poranda akibat bombardir Israel. Penyerangan ini terjadi di tengah gencatan senjata yang telah disepakati. Israel terus membombardir kota dan desa di Nabatie, Lebanon Selatan. Sebelumnya Israel sempat mengeluarkan peringatan evakuasi kepada penduduk setempat.
Pasukan Pertahanan Israel atau IDF melancarkan serangkaian serangan udara di sejumlah titik di Nabatie, Lebanon Selatan pada hari Minggu. Menurut media Lebanon, setidaknya 3 orang tewas dalam serangan ini. Tak hanya itu, rumah-rumah warga juga rusak parah. Sebelumnya Israel telah mengeluarkan peringatan evakuasi kepada penduduk di sejumlah kota di Nabatie. Tak hanya itu, Israel juga telah membuat garis kuning di Lebanon Selatan. Layaknya Gaza, Israel melarang warga Lebanon kembali ke wilayah yang sudah diambil alih. Tel Aviv sendiri berencana mendirikan zona keamanan di Lebanon. Wilayah ini membentang dari perbatasan hingga Sungai Litani dan mencakup sekitar 10% wilayah Lebanon.
Israel terus melancarkan serangan tanpa henti ke beberapa negara perbatasan Lebanon Selatan. Serangan ini menewaskan 21 warga Lebanon. Sejumlah ledakan besar terjadi bersamaan di beberapa desa di Lebanon Selatan. Serangan ini dilakukan Israel dan menargetkan kawasan pemukiman sipil. Serangan menewaskan 21 warga Lebanon dengan rincian 15 orang tewas di distrik Tire, termasuk 3 anak-anak dan 3 perempuan. Sisanya meninggal dunia di wilayah Nabatie. Serangan Israel juga menghancurkan rumah warga. Namun Israel membantahnya dan mengklaim menargetkan infrastruktur dan terowongan Hizbullah. Total korban tewas akibat serangan Israel ke Lebanon sejak 2026 mencapai 3.000 orang.